Well, hello. Welcome to today's episode. My name is Anita, taking you through episode 3 of You as a Data Mine and the My Octopus Tool. Right, today I don't have a co-host because I want to share and inspire you to show you how did I go about, how did I approach developing my product, my first official product. I've already developed another one, but that one is, it's unofficial. It was done for a client. Okay, so the first thing I did, so I want to take you through the process, and then obviously I want to just touch on the mental well-being side. Very important is psychological safety when it comes to our lives online, and we need to get the same controls and measures in place. That we need to be safe, same as we need for physical safety. Cyber safety is exactly the same. And we call on all our policymakers, governments all over the world to pay extra special attention. And I see on social media platforms and in the news, some countries are taking the lead. And I'm so happy to see that because we need to learn from incidents quickly. And then this is a big monster in terms of machines, machine learning, AI, algorithms, all of the above. It's been around for many years, so we definitely have to step in. It is a risk. It's a threat. It's pure risk management. And pure risk management has no emotion. It is a hard and fast issue that has to be quantified and controlled. Controls need to be implemented, and it has to be managed from a formal system point of view. Right, so my process started. Initially, I went through all of these weird feelings. I didn't know what was going on, because remember, I was a student for Safety Shield, and I was isolated. And being isolated to do a lot of online studies, I think a lot of the hybrid workers relate immediately, is that, you're sitting alone when you get your first online safety or safety breach, security threats, incidents. Okay, so what did I do? I just took a pen and paper, obviously. Sorry, let me show you my original notebook. I've kept notes of incidents. I'm a systems person, so I would observe, jot down, what did I see, what did I experience, who's been involved, gathering information. And that is actually one of the most important steps when you approach an incident investigation, coincidentally, is you just gather information. Okay, I then jotted it into a timeline with my little notes. Yes, I love a pen and paper. I love to feel. I work well on computers, but that was part of my sabotage to keep me off Copilot and Microsoft, because you would have already seen very strong Safety Shield company if that was not part of the game plan of the hackers. All right, so roadmap, you can see. I'm just giving, these are just sketches, but it's just to give you an idea. I'm a visual person. I like structure. I like timelines. I like to put information together. When I do that, I plot human beings involved, machine incidents. I then categorize the human beings to understand which groups in society do they belong to, and that is where the data tentacles originated from, because you need to be associated to some group to do the kind of things they did to me. So mine was online and also physical, a typically dark personality approach to discredit my character, with flying monkeys and the like. So, but that is also going to be available as training, so that the industry, the world, people, the courts, the legal system need to understand this. And it's a form of psychological warfare, but also, sort of military warfare. But yeah, that is the good thing, is that we will share that to equip people to understand what was happening, and just do like I did, like the octopus do. Stand back, observe, gather information, because you will need it. You might need it later. Good. So I drew this with my hand, and then just took some paint. As you can see, I love colors. I love visual things. So and then I plotted, so that's you as a data subject. You can see you're a data asset. You are like a pot of gold. Data mining, all right? Why do mining companies mine? It's because there's money in it. And in the internet era of things, this is it. When from 9 months incubation period, data was associated to your life. And that stage, you were just potential. Then when you were born, there's so much data and so many different categories that's associated to you. And what do we want to do today? I want you to be more aware, more mindful, and understand the importance of you as an authentic human being, your potential, and your data. With your data, you can make money with your own data. Whether you start your own business, the big guys started somewhere. You just need to understand and be mindful of what you do with it, who wants the data, and how can you protect that data. Okay, so you'll see, and again, that's the golden pot, the mine, the data mine. In red, you'll see my security, safety and security. So obviously safety and security is a big concern. And this is also where AI, artificial intelligence governance, falls into, because with machines, there's a constant battle between humans and machines. And I still feel that we need to have good corporate governance certification in place to protect people online. There's already been cases. I'm not going to go into that. I'm sure just Google online safety incidents, suicide, or data losses, or people thinking they're interacting with a machine. So those are all the reasons why we need, as world leaders, have to make sure we provide the ecosystem affordable for people, for you, for companies to run and operate their businesses and to live their lives as human beings. Okay, so obviously your country has an impact, your whole geopolitical influence. So I've got a few layers around you, because leadership and policies, legislation, enforcement thereof, all these things, it's almost like the triggers, the consequences the framework of what do we have in place to ensure data can be used safely. So, one of my legs or tentacles is legal, but I chose to leave a legal session for last. I will do an interactive session on legal. I can't dig into each one because that is our product. You will see the product once it's at the end of the few weeks, the 8 to 9 week rollout. The economy, business and economy, because let's be honest, that is what they wanted from me. Data. All right, data carries monetary value. Data thieves, illegal data miners. You can also call them arsenal miners, or entrepreneurial miners, which is a problem in real life, but online also, because some people think they can hack and steal and they'll get away with it, and that must stop. So therefore, we will have to step in as a global audience, as governments all over the world, to ensure we stop this, prevent this from happening. Okay, I've got real estate as one. So real estate that's going to be a very interesting tentacle. And to understand the data gathering strategies that's used currently and the ethics behind that. The medical and pharmaceutical industry, very important one. Education, obviously, I was busy as a student as well and intended to develop a product around training. So obviously the educational sector, very important. And because in my view, every student is a lifelong learner. So religious and spiritual organizations, I've got that. And then government, I think I mentioned government. Last but not least, private. I specifically took private as a tentacle on its own because you honestly have to become more mindful and ensure that you have better controls in place to protect your privacy. Okay? So if you think of data gathering methods and tools, how will people get access to you and your data? Well, obviously, the obvious thing is the computer that you work with, all right? So remember, it's not just, you can do everything in your power. You can have your software with your security gateways, your antivirus software. But if someone accessed your equipment and there's a rat running in the background, your data is being mined illegally. Okay, not only a rat, remote access Trojan, but there's other ways of apps and that draws your data. So which poses the ethical question: how ethical are these places in their mining techniques? Okay, which I'm quickly just thinking of the financial sector, but that is the product again. Right, then your phone. Your phone is also same story. Your software, whatever is running in the background, your cybersecurity, your internet access points, ISPs, your internet service providers, your fiber lines, your Wi-Fi, your satellite. So the routes that the data travels, okay, and who gets into your data journey. What is delaying the data? harvesting it illegally. And why? Okay? Again, always financial. Sometimes accessing bank accounts. So, but not only that, getting that data, stealing it, using it. So that is already, again, the borders on the Organised Crime Act of South Africa. Because someone or some people or some companies are benefiting financially from your data, and they didn't ask for permission. They do not have a license. They do not have a permit to mine your data as a data mine illegally. Okay. So from all the tentacles, you can see we will have a lot of awesome products flowing from the rollout. So this is just a little pressure point massager. So when all of this happened to me, I had to keep my neurological system intact, because that is what stress does. So note for you, stress is part of life. This is under psychological safety. Your psychological safety is your responsibility, first and foremost. You are the best person to look after you for everyone else in your life. All right? So when it comes to your neurological system, what I did was, obviously, I'm fit, so I exercise, I run, I listen to music, I dance, I took deep breaths, the real in through your nose, exhale through your mouth, and that is what I do. You can see I've got my little yoga setup here. You can see that, my little yoga mat and my Pilates ball, because sometimes when you travel also, you don't have the time to just go for runs in unsafe places. So I've taught myself to be able to do some physical exercise with relaxation techniques, like when you do yoga or Pilates, where you do the deep breathing exercises, which calms your nervous system. Okay, mind over matter. And then cold water plunges or swims, cold water showers. Those are all very important to keep your neurological system healthy. No hazardous chemical substances like alcohol or drugs. That obviously is important, because those things cause an imbalance in your neurological system. Right, then from this, I took a notebook, and again, it would have all been on my computer and out in the world. But yeah, sometimes delays are good. Okay, so I've got a notebook. In the notebook, I developed a glossary of methodology so that everyone has the same understanding when I talk about a data subject, a data point, a data category, and data mining techniques. Okay, so that is it. That's how I developed My Octopus Tool. And the fun bit is, as authentic creator of an authentic product, I got a sketchbook from my local art shop, and I started with freehand sketching of an octopus, a few octopuses actually. Okay, so The thing is with creativity is it relaxes your brain. It takes your brain into a different journey. It completely relaxes your brain. So people do different things for relaxation, but this was for me just one that I wanted to explore, and this will lead obviously to my painting, which I will paint personally on this canvas. It will be auctioned online, and then I will also do a life-size painting that will be recorded live, and then I will cover an in-depth session on dark sadistic personality types, narcissism, and the flying monkeys. I will talk through it, and I will educate you in that session exactly on how to identify it, what to do, and to prevent that from causing serious psychological harm to yourself or any of your employees or family members. Right, that's it for today. Thanks for your time. So remember, what was the essence of today's session? You, as a data mine, become mindful of your data. Your data is gold. It carries monetary value, and understand who mines your data, what do they do with it, and ensure that you have enough security gateways in place, online and physical, to protect you and your data. Till next week, please remember to use the WhatsApp line to reach out to us. Hit a like and drop a comment. See you next week.